मुद्दा ये नहीं कि हमें कम्पीट करना है क्रिकेट से, मुद्दा ये है कि हमें हर एक स्पोर्ट्स में अच्छा होना है.
If you want to be something, if you have dreams, so if nobody has done something, nobody has answers to your questions. At the end, do what you want. That I've scored 54 goals for my country. Do not stop believing in what you feel about yourself.
Only when somebody becomes something in our nation, we try to celebrate the person. My father was in army, so we had very limited budget. 25 तारीख तक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम और 5 दिन फिर प्रे करना है कि कब नेक्स्ट सैलरी आएगी. सो आई शुड स्टिच माई शूज एंड प्ले विद द सेम शूज. बट इफ योर किड कैनॉट टेल यू व्हाट ही वांट्स और शी वांट्स, देन ट्रस्ट मी, वी आर फेलिंग एज पेरेंट.
My advice to you is listen to everyone, especially your parents, your teachers, your guide. Listen to everyone because I want to believe everyone wants good for you. But at the end, do what you want. I will also tell you why I'm saying this is because most of the times, listen to this carefully, most of the times people tell you not to do things that they couldn't do. I hope it makes sense. कभी भी किसी के पास जाएंगे अगर आप, नॉर्मल से एग्जाम्पल, वेरी नॉर्मल से एग्जाम्पल, यार चाचा मुझे इस पेड़ पे चढ़ना है, अरे अरे मत चढ़ गिर जाएगा, नहीं होगा तेरे. You know who this chacha is? This chacha is the guy who wanted to climb the tree, he could never climb the tree. So he will tell you, machar, machar. And this is the fact of life. People tell you things not to do, the things that they couldn't do. If you want to be something, if you have dreams, and if you want to be something special, if you want to be someone that we didn't have in our country, your path will be different. Your path will be unique. You have to do something which nobody has done. So if nobody has done something, nobody has answers to your questions. So that's why I say, listen to everyone. Take advices, especially from your parents, from your guides, from your teachers, from people who are your well-wishers. Of course, उसके साथ साथ gatekeeper, दूध वाला वो भी बोलते रहेंगे. But listen to all of them. At the end, do what you want. And I'll tell you why. Because once you do what you want, and in coming future you succeed or you don't, which is not in your hand, you will not have regrets. And that's the beauty of life. The less regrets you have. Everyone told me, study, 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 give ND exams, do this, do that. Playing football, you will waste your life. If I would have heard them, then my friend over here would not be speaking that I've scored 54 goals for my country. So the only thing that I've learned in my life is I listen to all of them, but then I sit alone and I talk to myself and I ask, Sunil, what do you want? And the moment you get an answer, what do you want? The next question arises, which I want to talk to you, is how much are you ready to give? How much are you ready to give to what you want to become? Now I'll tell you a very funny one. Because I was told, and correct me if I'm wrong, there are 12 lakh kids who try for the exams and there are 50,000 people who get into it, and then the selection becomes more difficult as time goes by. So at those moments when people are going to start doubting you sometimes, you yourself might doubt yourself. And it comes to every human being, irrespective of their age or their sex. I want to tell you one thing, which is very, very important. Do not stop believing in what you feel about yourself. I'll tell you why. If you doubt yourself, or if you do not trust yourself, imagine how would anyone trust you? If I doubt myself, how would my coach, my teammates, the fans, the country, how would they encourage me? There is no chance. The war is finished there. The day you start doubting yourself, the war is finished there because you know yourself, you know your capability, and you know how far you want to reach, and you know how much hard work you're going to put. Only you know that. So never ever doubt yourself. Never.
If I tell you right now, there is a kid who is a very good actor and who is 15, you're going to go and cover it. None of the journalists are going to move from here. Why? Because Manoj Bajpayee is sitting over here and you don't care about that kid. None of you will move from here, trust me. This is just one of the things. When you're young and you haven't made it yet, everything around you doesn't support you as much as they should. If you're talking about countries who have done well in sports, the identification of the talent and nurturing the talent are the most important aspects of sports. In our country, sadly, we wait for somebody to become a hero, worship the hero, talk about his whole journey only when he has become the hero. So imagine if somebody who has worked the same amount and couldn't be the hero, you will not want to talk about the person. अगर मैंने और मनोज सर ने साथ ही स्टार्ट किया था, मैं एक्टर नहीं बन पाया, आप मुझे कोई भी जानता भी नहीं है एज एन एक्टर. आज मैं मूवी में होता तो शायद आप मेरे बारे में बात कर रहे होते. ओनली व्हेन समबडी बिकम्स समथिंग इन आवर नेशन वी ट्राई टू सेलिब्रेट द पर्सन. And I'm not just blaming the media, it was just a reference. But it's very, very important when somebody is trying to become something, we have to give the person, he or she, adequate amount for him or her to achieve. I'll give you a small example. When I was young, my father was in army. So we had very limited budget. कि अगर इतना सैलरी आएगा तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक इतना, 15 तारीख तक थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो जाएगा, 20 तारीख तक कुछ मांगना ही मत, 25 तारीख तक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम, और 5 दिन फिर प्रे करना है कि कब नेक्स्ट सैलरी आएगी. सो एट दैट टाइम एंड आई एम श्योर लॉट ऑफ पीपल ओवर हियर हैव द सेम प्रॉब्लम. सो उस वक्त मैं अगर अपने डैड को बोलूँ, डैड मेरे जूते फट गए, आई नीड न्यू स्टड्स, आई नो व्हाट्स गोइंग टू हैपन इन द हाउस. ही माइट डू इट, but I know how much problem my house is going to have. So I should stitch my shoes and play with the same shoes. So when I was growing up, I couldn't afford shoes, and I had to stitch my shoes every time to play. Now, for the last 9 years, I'm Nike sponsored. I get every boot that I want. I have 30 boots every time they send me. But today, I can afford it. Today, if I want, I can buy Nike. But today, they send me everything that I want. It's just a small example of how things can be a little bit different. If at every stage we have a proper way of supporting the kids who not only play sports, but in every sphere of our life, things would be so much different. Please do not stop your kid from coming to you and expressing what he or she wants. वो जो भी बोलता है उसको आप बोलो नहीं ये सही नहीं है, वो दूसरी बात है. But we all should be open enough for our kid to come and tell us कि mom, dad, this is what I want. उसके बाद you can discuss and say, you know what, this is not right, this is not wrong, this is not right. But if your kid cannot tell you what he wants or she wants, then trust me, we are failing as parent. अगर एक बच्चा आपको आके ये नहीं बोल सकता कि माँ या डैड मुझे ये चाहिए, या मुझे ये बनना है, या मुझे ये खेलना है, then there is something really wrong with our parenting. अगर उसने बहुत ही बेवकूफ़ चीज़ मांग ली और आपने उसको समझाया कि नहीं ये ठीक नहीं है, ऐसा करना चाहिए, that's a secondary thing. But अगर वो आपके पास आके ये नहीं बोल सकता या नहीं बोल सकती कि मेरे को ये करना है, then there's something really wrong, because whatever the kid wants, अगर आप उस बच्चे को जाके देखोगे खेलते हुए, म्यूजिक बजाते हुए, या जो भी करते हुए, एक्टिंग करते हुए, you will see how happy the kid is, how tremendously happy a kid is.
कई सालों में फुटबॉल जो है काफ़ी उभर कर आया है गेम, और काफ़ी लोग इंटरेस्ट दिखाने लगे हैं. आपको कभी ऐसा लगता है कि फुटबॉल क्रिकेट की बराबरी कर पाएगा इंडिया में, जिस तरह से लोग इंटरेस्ट दिखा रहे हैं आजकल के बच्चे?
मुद्दा ये नहीं कि हमें कम्पीट करना है क्रिकेट से, मुद्दा ये है कि हमें हर एक स्पोर्ट्स में अच्छा होना है. क्रिकेट नाम कमाए और बढ़ाओ और भी बढ़ाओ. When we say that we are world champions in cricket, it makes me very happy. You know, when a lander wears a blue t-shirt and wins tournament, I become happy. When a Saina Nehwal wins a tournament, I become happy. We all become happy. So it doesn't matter कि कोई अच्छा कर रहा है वो नीचे आ जाए और हम ऊपर जाए, कोई फायदा नहीं है ना, क्योंकि वो तो किसी और कंट्री को नहीं represent कर रहे हैं. So the more big the cricket becomes, the better for us. But because we are 1.3 billion people, we can definitely be better in a lot of other sports also. Or we're talking about government's help. I think we all need to help. When I sit and think कि यार फेडरेशन हेल्प नहीं कर रहा, मीडिया नहीं आती मैच देखने के लिए, टीवी पे नहीं आ रहा सब मैचेस, फैंस नहीं आते, you know, we can keep going on for this, but the only reason how we can improve is doing our own job. So मैं सोचता हूँ कि जितना हो सके मैं अपने आप को बेहतर कर सकूँ. Media will support, the federation will help, the government will come in, fans will come in, and we all make the right approach to everything, and all the sports in our country will do well, but not in the cost of cricket coming down. We have to have a nation which does well in all the sports.